Hey, you want to hear a crazy statistic? In 2022, from June 10th to September 23rd, every time there was a Japanese player in attendance at a Smash Ultimate tournament, they won. Battle of BC4 was taken by Ken, the Invitational got rolled by Cola, Crown 2 had T, Wanted 4 marked the return of Zachary, and Summit 5 and Double Down were conquered by Proto Banham. American player Light was finally able to stop the dominance when he took Glitch Regen over Kameme, but if the world wanted to retaliate, they need to show up and win on Japan's home turf. So what happened when top NA talent showed up to Mayasuma top 12? Well, for lack of a better word, they did not do so hot. Lima, a player who has top-8'd Super Majors, was out at 17th. The King of New York DeBuzz stopped at 33rd. And Mudace, who got second place at the biggest event of the year, ended up getting 97th. Japan is undoubtedly the strongest region in the world right now. They have a huge pool of top talent as well as the highest skill floor out of any country. But how does this happen? How does a country start generating top players at such a rapid pace? Well, the secret is in Smash Ultimate's online play. But first, let me set the scene. Now, this didn't exactly come out of nowhere. Japan has never been a bad region. In fact, it's always been a strong contender for one of the best, training insanely powerful players like Amsa and Melee and Smash 4's Abadango. The problem is that it's always been cucked of that #1 spot by one region, the United States. For example, let's take a random power ranking. How about Smash 4's version 5? This list features 1 player from the EU, 2 Mexicans, 4 Canadians, 11 Japanese players, and 32 Americans. Well, okay, a lot of these rankings are based in America, so naturally there'd be a bit of a bias. Only a few players can travel, so it makes sense that the rest of the list would be made up of more localized talent. How about we use the #1 ranked player? Surely a skilled enough competitor would be able to travel and claim the title of the best in the world despite what biases the list might have. So I took every official ranking for every official Smash game, sorry Project M, and here's what I found. Canada has 2 first ranks, the EU has 4, Mexico and Japan have 5, and the United States has put up a rank 1 player 19 times. Even if you remove the best player of Smash 4 Zero from the equation, who sometimes marks his country as Chile while still living in the US, that would still put America at 14 rank 1s, or 9 spots ahead of Japan and solo MKLeo. The last time Japan had a rank 1 player in the main competitive Smash game at the time was all the way back in 2014, when 9B tied with Nairo in Brawl. And then you compare the most recent global ranking, the Alt Rank 2022, and that's certainly a change. Just looking at the top 10, we got 1 Canadian, 2 Mexicans, and for the first time I think maybe ever in a Smash ranking, America is not the majority at 3 players. No, it's Japan with 4 spots. Clearly something has happened in the last few years to change the landscape of Smash, and this is the website behind it all. This is Smashmate, and it's the key to Japan's success. It's essentially an ELO-based matchmaking system, kind of like Elite Smash, but so much better. How it works is a player will first queue up to find a match. Once they do, they'll set up an online arena and play against their opponent in a best-of-3 set with traditional tournament rules. This includes stage bans and counterpicking characters. Whoever wins gains ELO, and the loser loses some of theirs. The higher your rating, the higher skill players you'll play. If it sounds super simple, that's because it kinda is. There are 3 things that make it super competitive though. First is the seasons. Each season of Smashmate lasts from 1 to 2 months, and at the start of a new season, your ELO is completely reset. Second is the top 50 ranking. At the end of the season, the top 50 players with the most ELO are put on a list and their Smashmate profile is given an award. This is a violent combination that makes people want to grind as hard as possible. Because ELO resets every season, and every season is usually a month, getting highly ranked requires tons of matches. The top 50 is almost exclusively filled with players who spend the entire season playing as many games as possible. This isn't exactly an accomplishment you can get by grinding a couple games in a week. The last and maybe the most important factor is the fact that tons of Japan's top talent actively plays on the service. This includes mainstays like previous top 5 player Shuton, best Ness in the world Gak, sword character specialist Rizeyasu, and perennial top 30 player Ken. If you want a high rank in the top 50, you're literally going to have to beat some of the world's best players multiple times in a month. And so, the players that do make it to the top, well, they become absolute monsters. We got Now, a top-tier Mario with 15 top 50 finishes, Omuatsu, a rising star whose Min is a constant presence in the top 10, Harrow, the world's best Bowser who made it into the top 40 21 seasons in a row, Yoshidora, the #1 Yoshi, placing in the top 4 from seasons 12 to 21, Mia, one of the only players to reach a rating of 2500 and reach that milestone with 2 different characters, and Akola, whose Smashmade achievements include setting the record for highest ELO 5 different times, being the first player ever to reach 2500 ELO, and getting rank 1 on the ladder 6 times in a row. The online successes of these players pretty much directly correlate to their offline victories. Now and Omuatsu are often seen in top 32. Harrow has somehow managed to become a consistent top 8 presence with a volatile character. Mia and Yoshidora have taken multiple tournaments over the likes of Japan's Strongest, and of course, the biggest Smashmade success story of them all, Akola. His reward for seeing the top of the ladder countless times is being the current #2 player in the world, as well as the frontrunner for first place in the upcoming global ranking. Truly, Smashmade has bred one of the strongest new generation of players in maybe any Smash game. This effect doesn't just extend to the top players though. Japanese majors are often filled with upsets, when not only a legitimate way to get better, but the best way to get better is in the comfort of your home, the average skill level rises dramatically. So this has probably got you thinking, why doesn't North America have a similar service at this point? The thing is, NA sort of has a Smashmade equivalent already. It's called Anther's Ladder. Anthers is essentially NA Smashmade, including ELO-based matchmaking and leaderboards. The problem is the site's been dead for a long time now. At the time of this recording, there were 18 players online, with most people being from other countries. There also seems to be another service called Smash Pros in the works that I've seen on Twitter. That's in closed beta for now. There's a reason why Japan was more conducive to this type of service though. For one, Wi-Fi speeds are ridiculous, with even hotel Wi-Fi being miles better than what I have in my house. With Smash Ultimate's whack netcode, a less than ideal connection will have you playing a fucking slideshow, and high internet speeds are one way to subvert that. The other way is proximity. If I did my research correctly, the population of the greater Tokyo metropolitan area is 37 million people. That's like if you took everyone from the entire country of Canada and stuffed them in an area a little bit bigger than Maryland. This makes finding stable local connections super easy, and that makes Smashmade as a service much more effective. Overall, it seems like it'll take some time for NA to catch up as a region, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. Compared to every other Smash game, Ultimate is so global. The focus has shifted off of just the United States as the place where Smash Bros happens. The best player in the world is from Mexico, Gluttony has the EU on his back, and Light is an embodiment of aggressive American play. It makes this strange sense of national pride well up in me, almost like when you're watching the World Cup or the Olympics. I want to see my country prove it's the best in the world. This shit got me rooting for Dabuzz's Olimar. I love Dabuzz's Rosa, it's so technical, but Olimar? That's the type of sentiment that can only be formed in this international environment Ultimate is currently in. A week after Mayasuma Top 12, Kagurimi 10, another Japanese tournament happened, with Mexican player Spargo taking the whole thing, the King of New York Dabuzz getting 4th, and Canadian rep Riddles grabbing 7th. The question of who's #1 in the world just got that much more complicated, perfectly setting up for my most anticipated tournament of the year, Battle of BC5. Almost every top region's best players will be there. MKLeo, Spargo, SkyJ, and Meister from Mexico. Akola, Mia, Shuton, Ken, and Yoshidora from Japan. Riddles, Big D, and Ouch from Canada. Gluttony, Siski, Luigi, and Andres FN from the EU. Tweak, Light, Mudace, Dabuzz, and Cola from America, and so many more I didn't mention. Not only will this probably determine the best region, but also the best player in the world. The World Cup of Smash Ultimate is about to happen. Are you ready? Hey, quick announcement before you go. Now that summer's here and I have a good enough audience size for it, I'm going to be starting something I've always wanted to do. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this summer. So if y'all want to hop in and chill, that would be great. I'm going to be starting off with a Pokemon White Nuzlocke, and it'll be my official face reveal. I'll leave a link to my Twitch page down below, and I'll let you know the exact dates in the future, so peace.